Okay, so I just want to start off by saying quickly that this is like my 5th or 6th time loading up AC EVO in the last 30 minutes or so since it released. So basically, I'll just turn this down quick. So basically, I created like a 20-minute video a few minutes ago. Didn't realize that I had already reached that time and my phone ran out of space to record the video. So unfortunately, all of my like raw reactions and thoughts to the game, like from the initial startup, are not going to be present, unfortunately. And there is obviously a bit of odd stuff happening here. There's like a big white bar down here on the right monitor, a slightly thinner one on the center, and nothing on the left one. So far, triples only work with NVIDIA Surround. I was not able to get SRWE to even see AC EVO at all. I tried going into the INI files. They just load up as gibberish with like 7 lines. There is no doing anything there right now. So there is no like trying to make your triple screen support work on triples without surround. You have to use it. I do also want to say the initial driving experience that I had, the first few seconds out, I don't know if it's like getting used to the game and stuff like that. Down the straight, the wheel felt a little light. It did start off at the force feedback set to 90%. This is a Simucube 2 Pro. So I turned that down to 40, thinking 40 was enough. And it gets a little tight into corners and stuff, but it's not like insane, which is okay. There's a lot of really good feeling in the wheel though, lots of detail. I'm honestly pretty surprised with how good it is. Let's see if putting it full screen fix the center. So right now I have the upscaling on. It's set to FSR right now. I don't know if they'll have DLSS. Let's see though. This bar keeps popping up here. So anyway, we'll go. I've already gone through the controls. I do want to show this quickly because people are definitely going to have an issue with this. So it automatically picks up whatever you have plugged in. So right now it shows my Simucube 2 Pro, the SimCore Dash, the HPR Simagic haptics for the P2000s, which I have Heusinkveld Ultimates. It shows the Heusinkveld Ultimates, my F Pro wheel, my button box, and the keyboard and mouse. So when you go through, you have to individually select these things, and you want to be in the right drop-down tab when you select them, when you click the things. Otherwise, it's, at least for me when I started, it wasn't engaging anything unless if I was in the right tab. So anyway, so more than likely, at least this happened to me, when I first jumped on, my pedals were inverted. So what you want to do is after you've selected your pedals and set them, you want to go to property, you want to click this and go to properties. Then there's the inverted button here. You can see that it's not activated right now, like the slider is. So what you want to do is you want to activate it, go on to track. It more than likely will still be inverted. As soon as you're on track, if it's still inverted, go right back out into the settings, which you can just hit escape if you don't have it binded up yet to a wheel, which I don't. So I just hit escape, went right back into settings, which is on the main menu like every other game. You don't actually have to leave track. And then just hit the button again. As soon as I did that, it immediately fixed the inverted issues between both pedals. I did just quickly set up the traction control and my ABS. I set up my ignition and starter, and then that's basically it. So what we are about to do is jump back into the same car I was just driving a couple minutes ago when my phone cut out on me. So I'll drive the Honda 2000. A bit of an import guy, but I'm gonna stay on practice mode for the 5 minutes. Right now, I've turned off basically nearly all of the automations and what do you call it, assists. So they have like your automatic ignition, gearbox, pit limiter, clutch on start, standing start assist, your throttle blip, your headlights, wipers, the ideal line, stability control. So I've shut off stability control, and there's a slider for it for the amount of control I guess it gives. I've turned that right to 0 too. I've left the headlights and the wipers automatic, and the automatic clutch and clutch on start. I don't have a clutch. I haven't even binded up my clutch paddles for the F Pro. That's another story, but I've received a new F Pro wheel from Cube Controls because I was having a bunch of issues. I will be releasing a review video on this also, talking about that stuff. If I can get the clutch paddles to work, that'll obviously be fantastic. So right now I have the ignition off, gearbox off, pit limiter off. I'll control that myself. I have the standing start assist off. The automatic throttle blip is off. Ideal line's off. Stability control's off. We're going to go to Mount Panorama. I'm going to leave the weather clear for right now. I don't want to, like, you know, it's the first hour of the release of the game. Let's just jump in and see how things go. It took a few minutes to get triples to work, like I was saying at the beginning of the video. I tried doing like various different things with like trying to go on the INI files. I tried going in and out of the game a few times. This is also an issue I find when going through the game right now. Getting a lot of black screen. It's reactive. So like, it's just showing everything's black, but like everything, like it's still working. So let's see here, if we shut that off and apply, let's see what happens. Boom, screens came back. Interesting. So there is some bugs for sure, I would say, right off the hop. But I mean, if you buy an early access game and you don't expect bugs, I think you're going about things wrong. So I personally don't care about all the hype to the game and everything that people are all, oh, you're just hyping it up too much. I think it's fantastic, honestly. I think we need more titles. And right now, with just the way it is set up for the monitors, you can correct out the bezels. There's all kinds of settings and everything, and the majority of things seem to be working not bad. So I'll just show you this quickly here. So on track, I'm gonna go to view settings here, go to the triples. So here we can set the distance to screens. So I think I'm about 600. Might be a little bit more even, 610. I'm gonna leave I'll put the screen angle. Let's put it to 40 as a base. Go back to camera. Oh, we'll apply that. We'll go back to camera. We'll set the distance a little more accurately. There we go. Look at how nice and straight that is. I do gotta fix my bezel kit, which is, you know, obvious. I just slapped it up just to get an idea of how it's situated and what I'm gonna need to do to move the monitors. But if you look right across here, it's almost perfectly lined up. And I haven't tried to correct the bezel or anything. I haven't gone into negative values. I've left it at 0. I'll just go back quickly here. Oh, apply that again. So your bezel width here. So like you can go in here and see I can drag it right out and change everything that way. So we'll just line this back up. Where did I have it? I think I had it at 0. So 0 is a little bit off. I'm going to leave it at 2. And then we'll go back. Oh yeah, and you can go into your mirrors as well. You can enable the virtual mirror, the size, scale. You can set your center, left, right. Disable the mirrors, mirror FOV. So let's just see here. That's the top one. Center, so if we go left. Yeah, cool, very cool. So you can actually dial in the mirrors. That's very cool. I'm gonna do that real quick actually. The right one shut off. Interesting. And we'll just shut off the virtual mirror as well. Let's see. That sucks that that mirror shut off. Motion. So we'll leave that locked on horizon. I have everything off for now. And let's just try to get this. That's centered. That looks really good actually right there. Back. Obviously you can also shut off the arms and the wheel and stuff like that as well. Okay. Car's on. As you can see, I just used my button box to turn that on. I don't know if you can see it from that point of view, but there is tire gauges here and your brake, and then it also has a center patch for the tire as well. It shows your PSI. What's really cool about this is there's 3 contacts to the tire plus a 4th one in the center. I haven't obviously had enough time to figure out all of that, but I'm assuming the small center one is your actual contact, and then you have your 3 individual, your right side, your center, and your inside of the tire. So your outside, your inside, and your center of the tire. I spun around a few times on my first couple of laps here at Bathurst. I know this track super well too, but I'm not used to driving road cars. But the contact, as soon as you start spinning out, the tires show where in the tire it's taking the wear and where the heat is going. The brake's heating up. Your tires PSI increasing really fast. It's pretty cool, honestly. The sounds are not bad. My initial reaction with the force feedback felt a little low, but it also felt really good once I actually got through a whole lap, and which took like I think 2 or 3 times because I am just not used to driving road cars at all. But once I got through the whole lap and kind of like stopped talking to the camera and focused on driving, which is what I'm going to do right away, it felt really, really good. There's a lot of detail that's coming through. Right now though, on my Simucube, I am using Advanced Sim Racing's Heusinkveld Competizione profile, and then my pedals are set up on my Automobilista 2 profile. So I haven't dialed this in for EVO in any way at all. There is also a vehicle that it shows here, a car. So it'll show you your damage and stuff and how bad it might be for the vehicle. It's got your brake bias, ABS, the lights in here in the dash right here. So like your turn signals, your oil, engine, traction control, stuff like that. I have noticed that stuff kicking on. I'm going to turn this up a little bit. Not bad sound. all honesty. Okay, let's do it. Let's go. It's very responsive on the pedals. Just do one quick lap and we'll talk in a minute. It feels really good, but again, I mostly just drive GT and open wheelers. My brake's set up, I think, to 90 kilograms right now, and like I said, it's set up on for automobiles to 2 for how I like it. So anyway, just now as I started spinning out there and as I was getting on the brakes, obviously on the right side, as you're coming into that corner there, going around, as you're about to come up to the peak of the mountain here, the right sides of the right tires, so the outside of the right tires, they just went red, almost right away. The PSI started skyrocketing. So it went from 26 PSI to basically 30 just in that little stretch right there. The brakes are still showing cold. The center patch contact of the tire is still showing green. And then the actual center of the tires, remember there's 3 full contact to the tires and then there's a center block. So the actual center contact of the tire portion on the right tires, both front and rear, just went yellow. The rear went a little bit more towards orange. Also, when I hit the brakes hard right there, the ABS light, the brake light, kicked on. I don't know if you would have saw that or not, but I'm all, keeping expectations real. It's pretty good, honestly. It's not that bad. There is some weird graphics things that I was noticing my first run, but that was when everything was still set single screen. I didn't notice quite the same, and as you already saw too, I haven't turned on FSR. I haven't set the quality presets to the game yet to be, maxed out for graphics or anything like that. So the mirror quality looks okay. It's kind of similar, in my opinion, to how when you're in ACC and you look in your mirrors, even with the quality maxed out, it still looks not quite perfectly clear. Whereas AC1, if you have CSP, Content Manager, Peer, and you set everything up properly, your mirrors look pretty crystal clear, in my opinion. Pretty damn good, at least. Ilja and Peter have done, in my opinion, a fantastic job with updating that game and keeping AC alive for 10 years. This does feel really good, though. I'm really impressed with what they've done here. So while I'm spun around right now, I'm gonna shut this part of the video down, and I don't want to run out of time on my phone, so I'll pull that portion of the video off, and then I'm gonna try to take another couple videos and see if we can get some of the driving down a little bit better. So we'll go back here, restart the session, and yeah, we'll see in a minute.